a little more up in this corner I'm going to dig out because I want those corners to be really deep here. Okay, a little more up in this corner I'm going to dig out because I want those corners to be really deep here. I guess that is a perfect tool for that. Sometimes I use a skew and just give myself a little more indentation, but since this guy's such a big carving, I want to really, he's going to be very visible, so I want to make sure I make a good set of eyes on him. I'll even sand that a little bit. Okay, I'm going to get my pencil. We're going to draw right inside that groove there, the nice little eyelid over here. It's a little high up here. I might have to take this down. Looks pretty good. I do want to make sure that he's flowing off here pretty good though. So I'm going to redo this eyelid. It's a little high. And we don't want to run into any problems on that left eye. And that's usually my problem side because I'm right-handed. Just can't seem to get in there as good. I'm going to try and get that as ready as I can before attempting that eye. So I'll probably be picking at it as it is. Okay. Well, you want to make sure there's some wood removed out from underneath it. So you have plenty of room. I'm just going to form a little bit of roundness there already before I start. Because he's still a little higher than this side. He's got a high cheekbone over here kind of thing going on. No two eyes are identical, but you don't want them so off either that it'll totally mess with your carving. Right? I'm going to draw an eyelid here, or at least a line for one. And I'll give myself a little more room there. This one right here I might lower. I'll give him a little bit bigger. Lid up here. Okay, now before I start on this one, I think I'm going to cut underneath, or on the top ones. I'm going to cut on top first. This right here, actually, I should be just removing, so I don't confuse you. So I only have one line there. I redrew this one. So let's get rid of that top line. Rid of that top line so everybody knows where we're going with it here. Don't want to dull my knife. We just redraw this now. Okay. I'm going to use a little skew to set those corners in. So it's a bigger carving, so I really want to make sure that I set them in good. So I'm going to use a little skew. Okay, just a flat chisel ground at an angle. It's got a nice point on it. I'm going to set it right here at the corner. And I'll do the right eye first so you guys can see it. Hopefully. There's a little bit of shade there. The sun, the way it is. I'm just going to tap in and then come over here on this side. Same thing, right along that line, in the corner. I'm going to tap it in. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is score it with my detail knife. Just like that. Then I'm going to undercut. And round up and under. Like I said, he's a little bulgy already, because we kept him so round. So it shouldn't be hard to form an eye mound there. If he's too high in spots, I'm going to have to shave those down, or I won't be able to undercut that lid. He won't look right. Okay, now if you're doing that with the V-tool, get a small V-tool here. And you just, oh wait, that's a U-gouge, not a V-tool. Okay, you run your V-tool along that line, okay? Same effect, okay? Might want to round the eyeball down a little, side of your V-tool. Side of your V-tool you can use just like a chisel. Keep it in that groove that you already cut, and you just use it as a shaver, and that'll take it down just like that. The other side, might be able to do with the V-tool. You could do it like this too. Put your V-tool in there, mallet. Set it in with your V-tool. Okay. Of course, I always go back to my detail knife. So there you have two different ways. You could start the corners with a skew, you could V-tool it, and then set your corners with your knife. Basic thing is to get that brow line cut, undercut it, and make sure those corners are in. You round to the corners. Okay. Same thing, once I have a good stop cut scored for that brow line here, or that eyelid, I'm going to get that skew, dig it right in there in the corner, right in there in the corner, like that. Yeah, on this side, corner, corner. Okay. Corner here. Corner there. But if I push this one in, it'll make it a little more indentation in the corner. So that's why I like to use the skew here. And it'll set them in pretty deep. See the difference there? Okay. Down this side. Corner over here. Corner there. Now I'll take my detail knife again and pop the corners out. Okay. This eye's still pretty high here, so I'm going to shave it back. Some good roundness though. It's just when he's a little high, I want to shave him back, otherwise he'll be bugging. Okay, this one too. Before I even get at the corners, I'm going to shave it back a little. Use the skew on this side, that left side's a little funky to reach if you're right-handed. I'm going to shave it down, round it off. Make sure he's not bugging. And I got to watch that lid, this skew here. Let's restop, cut that for a minute. Make sure I don't lose any part of that lid. Okay. Now we're going to work on getting those corners out. I'm going to come to the outside. Pop out the one. See if I can get this one. It's a little hard from this angle here. I know I'm probably in the camera here. But there's corner number 2. And run the stop cut down there. So I keep that eyelid. Okay, so those corners are out. We have a mound in there. Go to this side, trouble side. Okay, well, that one come out okay. Let's do the other one here. After I pop the corners out, I always recut that eyelid a little bit. Make sure you can see all the way to the corner. Okay, I'll recut it in here, you know. And if it's the lid isn't round enough, or the eyeball isn't round enough, and it doesn't go up under that lid, when you go to put your iris in, you're going to break off that lid. So you really want to round it up and tuck it underneath that eyelid. Sometimes brushing it really helps get them little things you're picking at out. Okay, I'll round this one just a little more. Into the corner there. Okay, you might want to sand it a little. And any little fuzzies or chips, just sit there and clean them out. Get him ready for his pupils. Okay. I'm going to try a different gouge today. Let's see here. He's a little bigger. I want to see the size of this here. That might work pretty good. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my gouge, and again, I like it not as big as the eye. You don't want to take out a huge hole, so about 3 times the size smaller than the actual mound that you have. Alright, so about 1/3 of the size of that. Take it, push it straight in, wiggle it, and try and get it up underneath that eyelid. Just like that. On this side, the same thing. And if I really can't get enough shadow, I'd use my mallet. I try not to dig this up too good because underneath there it gets a little soft. Okay, just give him some shadow. And I'll take my detail knife and carefully cut underneath. Try and catch that some shadow. If I have to, I'll go in with the gouge again.